Oh, good morning, everybody. L2 Anglais, L2 Lettres, Clay Bologna, and everyone. This completes our work then for week 4. We're reading Midsummer Night's Dream from Act 3, Scene 2. We're going to start reading around about line 177. Hermia now arrives on the scene. We've seen the quarrel between the three lovers, Helena, Lysander, and Demetrius. Helena does not believe that both men profess to love her. They're both under the influence of Puck's juice, obviously, the juice that Oberon bid him put on Titania's eyes. And so instead of making things right with the world, Puck's interference makes things actually worse. Now, Hermia arrives on the scene in this passage and finds out that neither of the men run after her, so the love triangle is being completely inverted. Hermia is nowhere, and both of the men profess to love Helena. Helena, who of course does not believe a word of this, and thinks that Hermia has set them up to make fun of her. So let's start off reading around about line 177. Hermia starts off. Hermia. Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found, mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so? Lysander. Why should he stay whom love doth press to go? Hermia. What love could press Lysander from my side? Lysander. Lysander's love that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, whom more engilds the night than all yon fury oes and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so? Hermia, you speak not as you think, it cannot be. Helena, lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent, when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us? Oh, is all forgot? All school-days friendships, childhood innocence? We Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry seeming parted, but a union in partition, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries moulded on one stem, so with two seeming bodies, but with one heart, two of the first, like coats in heraldry, due but to one, and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, although I alone do feel the injury. Hermia, I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me. Helena, have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love Demetrius, who even now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine, rare, precious, celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection? But by your setting on, by your consent. What though I be not in grace as you, to hang upon with love so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise. Helena, I understand not what you mean by this. Ah, Helena, I do. Persevere. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare ye well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy. Lysander, stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena. Oh, excellent. Sweet, do not scorn her so. Demetrius, if she cannot entreat, I can compel. Lysander, thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not. Demetrius, I say I love thee more than he can do. Lysander, if thou say so, withdraw and prove it too. Demetrius, quick, come. Hermia, Lysander, whereto tends all this? Lysander, away, you Ethiop. Demetrius, no, no, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go. Lysander, hang off, thou cat, thy burr, vile thing, let loose, or I will shake ye from me like a serpent. Hermia, why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love? Thy love? Out, tawny Tartar, out, out, loathed medicine, oh hated potion, hence. Hermia, do you not jest? Helena, yes, sooth, and so do you. Lysander, Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee. Demetrius, I would I had thy bond, for I perceive the weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word. Lysander, what, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so. Hermia, what, can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was ere while. Since night you left me, yet since night you left me, why then you left me. Oh, the gods forbid in earnest, shall I say? Lysander, aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, and I do hate thee and love Helena. Hermia, oh me, to Helena, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love, what have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him? Helena, fine, i'faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you. Hermia, puppet? Why so? Ah, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she had made compare between our natures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes. Helena, I pray you not, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed, I have no gift at all in showishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her. Lower? Hark again. Helena, good Hermia, do not be bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him. To strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go. To Athens I will bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You who see how simple and fond I am. Hermia, why get you gone? Who is it that hinders you? Helena, a foolish heart that I leave here behind. Hermia, what with Lysander? Helena, with Demetrius. Lysander, be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena. Demetrius, no, sir, she shall not, though you take her part. Helena, oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce. Hermia, little again, nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me then? Let me come to her. Lysander, get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus, you hindering knot-grass maid, you bean, you acorn. Demetrius, you are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone, speak not of Helena, take not her part, for if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it. Lysander, now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena. Ha! Demetrius, follow. Now I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl. Hermia, you mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back. Helena, I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands are quicker than mine for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away. Hermia, I am amazed, and know not what to say. Exit. So here we have the end of the supposed love affair between Hermia and Lysander. Lysander is most clear in saying that he hates her. And although he says he will not harm her, he puts her mind to rest to the fact that he now loves Helena, obviously still being under the influence of the juice. The first then part is made very clear to Hermia that their love is over. And Helena is nostalgic for the past that she and Hermia have shared. Helena is nostalgic. Hermia not so nostalgic, but the idea of the two, the one, the vision, the sound, etc. Look at this in this passage; it's very important. From line 195 down from 220, say the idea of two becoming one, one being two cherries on two samplers on one cushion, etc. With two seeming bodies, one heart, the two into one. This speaks of the a kind of prequel to a love affair, where you have a best friend. I'm sure you've always had a best friend of your own sex, and they are the kind of forerunner of then the love affair. And of course, when you fall in love with somebody else, then the good friend, la bonne copine, ou le bon copain, actually finds himself being shut out of the equation. So this is what has happened to the two girls, and Helena brings this back to Hermia and says, you shouldn't trick me, you shouldn't treat me like this, because we were once best friends before you fell in love. Hermia, of course, has no idea what's going on. I am amazed. I do not understand. I do not understand what you mean by this. Helena then explains why they are all here, that she told Demetrius that Lysander and Hermia had fled to the wood. And the two men then decide to fight for Hermia's love. So off they go and fight. There's a very nice scene in the film with Michelle Pfeiffer in it, where the two women fall into a pond of mud, and it's very difficult to actually ascertain who is whom. Here, the interesting thing is the little and low, dwarfish, bead, acorn, and then the height. With your height, have you grown so high in my esteem, you painted maple? That's my favourite Shakespearean curse. Painted maple. That is wonderful. So not only the two men fight, but also the two women fight. Again, a lot of interaction between here. Very quick, argumentative phrases back and forth. Often each finishes each other's phrase, so ends up with Helena completely out of kilter, saying, "I am amazed and know not what to say."